Welcome back to the Dance of Evolving. I created this channel over a year ago, and I'm so excited to be back with some fresh content and to be able to share with you a lot of what is my state of being right now. I've been moving into really studying the universal laws and how we can move through many beliefs, illusions, and limitations in our life by really aligning ourselves with these universal laws. There are 12 universal laws. Today, we will focus on the law of vibration. However, we are going to touch base a little bit on the law of one, the law of polarity, and even the law of cause and effect, because they are all so interconnected. So let's go ahead and get started. And before we do, if you haven't subscribed yet, and you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe, help this channel grow. If you like this content, and click the bell for notifications. I have lots of exciting things that I'm going to be adding, so you'll get notified every time I add a new video. And feel free to share this with anyone if you feel that this content could really encourage someone or move them further along on their journey. So the law of vibration simply states that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. From the smallest cell in our body to the galaxies to everything, even a rock that is still is vibrating. Everything vibrates, everything is in motion. And when we think about how does this actually apply to us, well, the basic way is we are constantly in exchanges of energy, and we carry an energetic signature and vibrational signature based on actually what we're thinking and feeling and the way that we're behaving. Nikola Tesla stated, if you wish to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything in the universe is in constant motion or vibration. And this is because we have these two pairs of opposites. And this is where, in explaining the law of vibration, the law of polarity will come up. These two opposites are polarities. And this is the framework in which we see everything in the universe identically. We've identified things as good and bad, negative and positive, but these polarities must exist in order to constantly be canceling each other out. And you can see the law of polarity in everything to see the law of oneness. Everything is interconnected. You see how every exchange of energy, and if everything is in constant motion, there are always exchanges of energy. And just to simplify, we don't need to get, super spiritual with this or make it complicated. Let's talk about how does this apply to our lives. We wake up each day, and the biggest way that we learn about ourselves is our interaction with the world around us. And mostly the interaction with the exchanges of energies of the people around us, the energies of the people around us, and the experiences that come to us. We experience as polarities. We experience resonance, meaning like and like vibrations. We are attracted to certain energies. We attract people into our lives, or we manifest things into our life based on a lot, and it all starts with our thoughts and then the feelings that we have from our thoughts. So the law of vibration has a lot to do with working in harmony with the law of polarity to display how all things exist in relationship or cooperation with each other. So like thinking polarities, positive and negative, pair of opposites, they exist at all times, canceling each other out constantly, exchanging energies with each other. This happens a lot in our relationships. Guys, we feel tension. We feel the polarities with other people. And where we go wrong as humans, and it's not even our fault, it's the programming, it's conditioning, and it's something that we can see ourselves and other people with compassion, as we're programmed to think the other people are doing this to us, or, that things are happening to us, but really all of these polarities are happening for us. Even the positive things that come into our life are to affirm that we are on the right path, and the negative, what feels negative or opposite to what would feel true to our nature is actually showing up to bring us closer to who we are and to bring us closer to love. Both polarities are equally divine. Everything exists in relationship, which is the law of one. So a lot of these laws are interconnected. We have been programmed to think that we are all separate and to think that we are lacking. But really, we wake up each day and everything that happens around us is actually happening to bring us closer to our true nature, to weed out all of the garbage, all of the programming that didn't just start when we were born. I mean, it's been going on ancestrally. It's been going on for thousands of years. It's been going on since the beginning of time. We're working through all of our wounds, our programs, all of the things that our experiences have caused us to believe that could possibly be illusions. And everything is happening to break us through these illusions and to have these constant layers of paradigm shifts and to have liberation in our life. So wherever you do and wherever you go, polarity is going to appear. And it looks like it exists independently, and we think that we are separate from everything, but these exchanges of energy and these experiences are actually equally working together, and both vibrations are needed to exist to lead us back to home, to ourselves. And then as we come home to ourselves, we are also leading others home to themselves. If all things exist in relation or in cooperation with each other, which they do, we think about it, we are in a universe of causation. Everything, and that's the law of cause and effect. Everything has a cause, and every cause brings about an effect. We as humans think short term, but I mean, everything that happens, we can trace way back to what has caused it, the root of the cause. So everything is causational in our universe. So if there were actually separation, nothing could happen. So anytime we feel that we have separation with someone else, or anytime that we feel that we have separation or lack within ourselves, it's actually an illusion. And what's happening around us is happening to bring about the harmony of our true nature, of the reason why we're waking up on this planet. And to be in the state of giving and receiving, that's the equal polarity. You've got giving, and then you've got the actual giving, but you're also receiving. Receiving, you're absorbing in, you're taking in. Giving, then you're actually giving out to the universe. And this self-awareness that we're building, and what I'm talking about here, is that constant state of giving and receiving. Everything that you experience around you, you're taking it in, you're absorbing it in the sense that it is a self-reflection tool. And you are, with loving kindness, able to see, okay, what thoughts are coming up? What feelings are they creating within my body? What emotions are coming up? And how's my body feeling? And then what is this telling my highest self, my spirit, about my true nature? If it does not feel comfortable, it's actually a polarity that is bringing us closer to home. So that polarity is a oneness in relationship to actually bring us back to our true nature. And that vibration, the constant exchanges of energy, is constantly happening. And if we're unaware of this, we continue to get the vibrational clashing and uncomfortableness, and also lessons that heighten and until it's almost unbearable. So we think here, like, if we see things in forms of polarity or vibration everywhere, like think about our heartbeat, circulation of breath, the Earth's rotation, everything. I mean, every law that I've even mentioned, whether it be the law of one, the law of vibration, the law of cause and effect, or the law of polarity, we're going to see these patterns in nature. We're going to see it in animals. We're going to see this in children, and then in our lives. And the more that we raise this consciousness, it's like an explosion of liberation, and our life shifts. The closer we are to the positive or the negative dance between the polarities, there will be indifference and uncertainty and confusion, a weakness in vibration. Many on this journey of life have not really chosen a polarity yet. And that's okay. There's a lot of indifference. So if you are feeling like major chaos, confusion, like you're not in your own current, like other people and things and your emotions, thoughts control you, it's time to choose a polarity. This is like the 3D living that we must experience to know that there's more than this. We are run by programs. Our feelings are dictated by the vibrational levels of the experiences that we are in. I mean, and without an awareness, that will go on for the rest of our lives. However, we can actually break this pattern. And we actually can refine our choices and increase our polarity. We can get into a state of giving and receiving, which is a perfect balance of both polarities. Notice when we are in the state of taking and receiving, which is a negative. I mean, natural karma, we are going to, our lessons are going to heighten if we're doing that. So even let's say we are, and I'm going to give you just a real life example that I've experienced. If I'm in exchanges of energy, I'm uncomfortable because I'm experiencing vibrational frequencies that do not resonate with my true nature, but I refuse to take this in as a friend, a lesson, maybe a messenger to bring me closer to the love within me and who I really am. And instead, I use my energy to, so instead of, I take in these emotions, I keep them, and instead, then I'm also receiving in and like pushing down more of these emotions by targeting the external outside people or things as fault. I'm going to continue suppressing, and this negativity is going to compound. But accepting both polarities within yourself and seeing, oh, I feel icky when I may be around this person or I'm in this experience, and I'm actually going to take this in. I'm going to hold space for it. I'm going to accept this. I'm going to transform this into alchemy, almost a lesson of self-awareness. And then understanding that these polarities work in harmony for all evolution. And therefore, then we begin an evolution of our soul. And then we start to stop wasting our energy on external things. And we start to transform within. Instead of things are happening to me, I wonder what this experience is teaching me about myself. Negative emotions, and this is called spiritual balancing. Negative emotions are here for a purpose, and we can accept them as messengers of truth. And this is like what really has helped me, because I would intellectually have a lot of these things that I would learn up here, and I could talk about them all day. But for me to process this through my body and to really apply this as a spirit and a human experience, and to release things within my body, and to really reframe and reshape and rewire what goes on in my mind, that's where the real change happens. To embrace the negative feelings as messengers, and that they're here to warn us of a mistake that we're making. And then seeing that our feelings, negative feelings, are also friends, and that we have a role. Like the negative feelings are there, and we can accept them and know that they have a role to fulfill. They're not going to feel good. They're not supposed to feel good. Positive feelings are supposed to feel good to show us that we're on the right path. We're on the right trajectory of our perception of ourselves and the world around us. The negative feelings aren't feeling good because they're here to show us that we could be in a program. We could be in a belief system that no longer serves us, that we're ready to break through, and that it's actually not something that we need to shame ourselves about, but it is something that we are ready to literally break through. So we can welcome polarized messengers of truth and balance the negative by embracing the purpose of these messengers and turning them into positive. This is where it's like, and so I was just going to talk about the law of vibration, but really to understand the law of polarity, then to understand how we are interconnected. And even the people who annoy the shit out of you guys they're here to bring you home to yourself. And then the more we come home to ourselves, we actually understand ourselves more and our true nature. And then we see the world in that same forgiveness and acceptance. That is love. And it's something you can't, I'm explaining it now, but you can't really just explain it. It's a type of detoxification within. It's a beautiful gift that we have every day. And it's part of the reason, it's why we're here. And it's an alarm system that misdirects your attention when you're going astray. I mean, we're humans. We are our mind. We are here to break through these patterns. And we have this like innate wisdom that can be applied in action when we take on the willingness just to understand this and to take it in as knowledge, and then to try to really just apply it to ourselves and understand it. And then it gets transformed into this wisdom. The purpose of the negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions or experiences, and guys, there's not a single day that I don't experience one of these. They're all here. They are all meant to call you back as a self-inventory in order to get you on the right track. So like, I'm not here talking like fluffy spiritual talk. I'm talking about ending all of the suffering. I mean, the chronic pain, where your mind goes into just like these tornadoes of thinking, and you become the CEO of your life. You control your source of energy to the world, because you finally start to notice the more you do this, that you have everything within you already as your source, and you feel this experience like no other. Thinking here as we wrap up, like, are we in harmony with the law of vibration? You will feel positive thoughts when you are, and you're going to feel positive feelings, thoughts, and actions when you're on the right track and in harmony with obeying the law. And it's like there's not a single day where I feel all positive, and that's okay. So like when we're all like, we got to stay all high vibe. No, it's moving through life with acceptance of self, and forgiveness, and knowing that every single thing that you've experienced and that you've done has occurred to lead you home. And your journey starts now. It's like, and then the judgments of others start to fade away, because honestly, the judgments of yourself start to fade away. So the negative thoughts, feelings, and actions that occur can also be accepted now and used as an alarm system as to where we can reassess our perceptions, our beliefs, our original thinking about life. And this is where we rewrite our narratives daily. This is why we're alive. And what's so cool is by doing this, we don't have to change others. We transform the world through our own transformation. And we go out of this do into just becoming a state of being, where the more that we get rid of the garbage that is weeded out based on this detoxification system, we can learn to be present in the moments of the miracles of life, and even the uncomfortable, sometimes tragedies or adversities, become also part of the miracles. There is nothing to resist or fear. Think about that. We can transcend the negative when we learn to love the negative and see its function or purpose. And we can remain in a relationship of giving and receiving, and see this relationship happening all around us. So like, I just want to invite you, like, a way to apply this today is take some time, quiet your mind. And when you're feeling off, when you're having a thought that does not feel loving, that feels uncomfortable, that doesn't feel like pure bliss or happiness, take it in. I mean, you can take it in just by noticing it as an outside observer, or writing it down. And then start to think, well, what feeling is this bringing about? What emotion is this bringing about? And how does this feel in my body? I mean, think if we do this every day, our body's going to start to heal. This could be tied to a lot of the ways that we eat, a lot of the ways that we act. We're talking about breaking our subconscious patterns that are really not our fault. We're conditioned, we're programmed on a planet that is full of these patterns. And in loving kindness, we can just see ourselves experiencing them in the polarities, knowing that we're all in relation to each other to lead each other home, even if it doesn't feel good and someone's being nasty. They are acting out of a wound. And they, by chance, vibrationally came into our exchange of energy to teach us something about ourselves. And when we choose to look within, instead of instead of focusing the energy on the other person and what they're doing to us, we transform within and see possibly what belief we could be working through, what program, and what fear. And then we can start to really see the entire world in loving kindness. So thinking about the law of vibration, that everything is always in motion. We are always exchanging energy. What exchanges of energy, even through the feelings that you're having and the thoughts that you're having, and then the experiences around you. What is happening instead of thinking all these things are happening to you? How are they happening for you? What thoughts are coming up and the feelings that are coming up? What could they be teaching you about yourself? What thoughts are you wearing? Almost like clothes from a closet that no longer serve you, that you could break through. I love you guys. I hope this was helpful. If you want any of my supplies below, I do have some free trainings that I will link down below in my website if you're interested in any of my coaching. And I hope you guys all have a blessed day. Stay tuned. I'm actually gonna come with other short videos in the next few weeks, just to be able to help you with just simple things in your life, like being able to build your confidence, being able to then show self-discipline in possibly routines, things like that, to where you can apply these 3 to 4 universal laws that I've spoke of today, and just really apply these in your life. I hope you guys have a blessed day.